Well, hello there, Sunny Pinters.
Hi there.
And welcome to another Pondside chat. Pondside.
Yeah.
So, we have a lot to talk about today, so don't leave us quickly.
No.
Thank you for joining us again. We love talking to you folks.
Mm-hmm.
And if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe to our channel. There's a little button down below that says subscribe. Just click it, then you'll be subscribed. And next to that is a bell. Click that too. Bing, bing. So you get notifications as to when our videos come out.
Exactly.
And then if you aren't doing so already, you should make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter so you know what's happening here at the Pint. On Twitter is when you can see when kegs are changed, all that good stuff.
Yeah, every time we change a keg, it shows up on Twitter. Quitter.
Don't be a quitter. Go to Twitter. And then on Facebook and Instagram, we have fabulous information about our events and whatnot. So do it now. And if you're looking for links to all of that stuff, it's right down below in the description so you don't have to hunt.
Yes.
And then last but not least, if you haven't subscribed to our newsletter, and why haven't you? You should do it today.
Yeah.
Go to our website, subscribe, have fun. You'll get a newsletter every week. You're going to be so in the know.
It gives lots of details and it lists all the beers and stuff that we kind of breeze through. Yeah,
fantastic.
It's great.
It's fantastic information.
And links to that is down below as well.
Do that. Go there. It's easy. Do it now. All right. So let's get on with this. What are you drinking today, Sue?
Well, this past weekend was in Munich, the start of Oktoberfest. It runs September 17th through October 3rd this year, and we always like to do our Oktoberfest celebration on the same day. So,
as the opening of the Munich festival.
Yes. And so, I have two of the Oktoberfest beers that we have on tap right now, and they're two different styles. Both are considered Oktoberfest beers, and this one is a fest beer from King State Brewing out of Tampa, and it's good. It might be a little different than what you're expecting, because the other style is more traditional. This is a little lighter and brighter, and I don't know how recently they switched in the festival tents, most of them in Germany, to the lighter, brighter fest beer style. So if you ever look in their mugs and pictures, it's going to be this color.
The lighter.
Now these days, yeah.
Almost like a lager, it is a lager.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a lighter color than your other beer.
The other beer is the Oktoberfest from Tampa Bay Brewing, and see, different color. And it is a Marzen style. Marzen was the traditional Oktoberfest style back in the day, and Marzen means March, and that was the end of when they could brew beers in Germany during the Rheinstock.
You say it, not me.
I have no idea.
It's
the German Beer Purity Act.
Yes.
And they were not able to brew beer between certain months of the year because it was too warm for the fermentation. So they would brew everything up, finish it up in March, put it in the caves, and then
lagering them
in the caves. And then in September, they would take it out to make room for the new beers they were going to start to brew for the next season of beer. So that's what Oktoberfest is all about.
Well, actually, Oktoberfest started with a wedding.
Yes.
And at the very first Oktoberfest, what they drank was probably even darker than that. It was probably closer to a dunkel.
Probably, yeah.
But as the years have gone on, they have gotten lighter and lighter.
Yep.
And as Sue said, they are now at the fest beer.
So this was very traditional for quite a while in Oktoberfest. So it's going to be maltier, a little heavier. Doesn't mean bitter, just more of a fuller
like a
feeling.
Weight to it.
Yeah. That's really good too. They're both very good. You should definitely try them side by side, and you're probably most used to a Marzen for Oktoberfests, but the fest beer is great, especially with food. And so we do have, there's 3 on right now, and we'll be rotating them. I think I bought a total of 8 or 9 Oktoberfests in these different styles. So throughout the next month, we'll be having them on tap.
Awesome.
Yeah. And what are you drinking, Sue? Simone?
I'm Simone. You're Sue. I decided to show you the pumpkin beers because people love pumpkin beers, and pumpkin beers are very American. Back in the day when the colonists first got here, they had to use what they had to brew stuff, and it wasn't safe to drink the water, so they
had to drink all that beer.
fermented beverages were safer because they'd gone through the fermentation process, and they got rid of a lot of the bacteria. So they would brew beer, and pumpkins are something that was pretty easy to find, and it worked really well in beer because it's sweet and it's got a lot of sugar, and so it helps with the fermentation. And so it's a very American thing. It's a very Americana thing. That's very German, is Americana. So I decided to do what the pumpkin things we have on tap, and there's a variety, starting with ciders. Then we've got a traditional pumpkin ale and a bourbon barrel aged pumpkin ale, and then a pumpkin spice latte, which is a blonde with the pumpkin spice that's on nitro. So going through them quickly, I won't bore you all.
And we've never had a pumpkin cider before.
Pumpkin cider. So I'm pretty sure that they use an apple base on this. And you don't get a ton of pumpkin, like that pumpkin fruit flavor. You get the spices. So it really tastes like, it's very fall tasting. It's almost like you want to go out and pick pumpkins.
I wonder
Delicious.
if you can even do that in Florida. Is it too warm?
Yes, there are pumpkin patches. Who knew?
Yeah.
No, John took his girls to one.
Oh, okay.
Then this is pumpkin, which is a traditional. So the pumpkin cider is from Ace, who does great ciders.
Yes.
This is pumpkin, and it is from Dogfish Head.
We had this one last year, and I liked it a lot.
It's very much, it's got it's a beer, not a cider. So it's definitely got that beer flavor to it, but it has a lot of sweetness and a lot of that pumpkin flavor. This actually has more pumpkin flavor than just the spice. So this is really fun.
And that's the thing about pumpkin beers that I noticed last year, because I'd never really tried them until we put a bunch on here. And they're all different. Like you said, some will be very spicy, some are very pumpkin-y. They've got the pumpkin spice latte ones now. Give them a try, because they're, if you think you don't like pumpkin beers, I found a couple that I really liked.
Well, and so this is Kentucky Bourbon Barrel's Kentucky Pumpkin Barrel. So it's, if you know their stuff, we've had it before, it's always a little high test. I think this is around 10%. So this one, you definitely get the bourbon barrel. Woo! You can taste that barrel. And you get the spice, but you also get some of the pumpkin. I'd say, I was looking into this to research about pumpkin beers, and there's actually different categories of pumpkin beers and how they get classified.
Really?
For judging and everything. So some of them do lean more heavily on the spice, some lean more heavily on the fruit. So it's just different styles.
Yeah, because so if you see a couple of them on tap, they're going to be very different. And that one's from Lexington, by the way.
I said Kentucky Bourbon Barrel, didn't I? Lexington Bourbon Barrel.
Well, they call it Kentucky Pumpkin Barrel is what they call it.
Well, I'm sorry.
From Lexington.
Sorry, Lexington. I got that wrong. This one is from Left Hand. This is the nitro. I always love nitros. Swamp Head also does a pumpkin spice latte, which you can get on nitro up in their pub. This is very different than that one, which is kind of fun. So if you've tasted one, taste the other.
We do have Swamp Head's pumpkin spice latte coming up, but they're not on at the same time right now, unfortunately.
I will say that this is, excuse me, birds. This one definitely is is less blonde, more pumpkin, and heavy on the spice. So the birds really wanted to participate. So come in and give them a try. That's the message there. They're all delicious, and it's fun. It's a seasonal thing too, so you're not going to get it forever.
I think they're screaming at the door because they want someone to come out of that door and feed them.
Yes, the birds.
Yeah.
Niles and Fraser.
Yeah, Niles and Fraser.
Okay, so don't leave us, because we have a lot of fun stuff to talk about for our week that just passed. So we want to kind of fill you in about some things that are coming up this week. But we had an Oktoberfest last week, which was so much fun. So stay tuned for images from that.
Yeah.
Now, talking about this week, we are going to have the fabulous, the wonderful Sandra and Alex the Kid here. We're filming this a little bit late, so usually we would do this on a Sunday. We are doing it on Tuesday, so they're going to be here this evening.
So if I get this edited on time and you watch it on time, you might know about it. But
Yeah.
it's also on our Facebook page,
Yeah.
so hopefully you saw it there.
And I bet a lot of you are planning to come anyway.
Yeah.
And so that is Tuesday, September 20th, Sandra and Alex, 4 to 7. And then on Thursday, September 22nd, we're going to have the lovely Charity Cox in the house.
Yes. She is so much fun.
And so you should definitely come and see her. Then Sunday, this is the season where we start to really
here.
ramp up things.
Yes.
On Sunday, it's our first Buffalo Bills game during the day.
Yep.
1 o'clock kickoff, Swish the Fish against the Dolphins.
Yep.
So this should be a lot of fun. I know there are Dolphins fans. Come on, you'll be outnumbered, but come on, you can watch the game too.
Yep.
Most of our people, I think, are very nice.
Yeah, and we'll have it. I don't know if you have been here before for Bills games, but it's on 4 of our 6 TVs. The whole back of the restaurant is reserved for Bills fans. And we just have a lot of fun. We celebrate all the touchdowns, and I don't know if you noticed, but the Bills are doing not terribly this year.
Spoken like a true Bills fan.
And yeah, it's going to be fun.
And I'll be cooking up chicken wings. That's right, bone-in chicken wings, people. I'll be cooking them up on the grill, so we'll have them until we either run out or the thunder and lightning comes. I'll stand in the rain. I have no problem cooking in the rain, but if there is lightning, I'm done.
And I've had some of the wings, and they're really good.
The wings are delicious. So please do come in and try them. We only have them on Sundays. We also have our brunch menu, which is kind of fun. It's just a little bit lighter and different than what we normally serve. We have mimosas, we have beer mimosas,
smoked salmon flatbreads, some wonderful croissant sandwiches. So come on in and check that out on Sunday. And this Sunday, September 25th, first Bills game. Yeah, that's going to be insane. People have been calling every day about the Bills. It's going to be awesome. I'm very excited. So please bear with us if we're a little short-staffed. Yeah. But most of you do, and we can talk about that later as it pertains to Oktoberfest. We have some fun national days this week. Today is National Pepperoni Pizza Day. Yep. So we don't have a pepperoni pizza, but we have a pepperoni flatbread. Really good pepperoni. Our pepperoni is so good. It's such a good flatbread. Load that sucker up with lots of pepperoni. And it's on the menu every day. So if you missed it on Pepperoni Day, it's a good reminder to come in and try our pepperoni flatbread. One of our most popular flatbreads, I think. Yes, it's very good. And then Sunday, September 25th, is National Quesadilla Day. Might not be having quesadillas on that day. We'll see, because we'll be doing wings and brunch and we'll try if we can. Yeah, we'll see what we can do. But we have Fiesta Friday, and that's also a great day to get your quesadillas. You can prep on Friday. Okay, so let's talk about last week. Last week was a lot of fun. I'm going to take a little sip. You can start. We had on Tuesday, Michelle Ingram was back, and she is always so much fun, and she was once again. So it was great. She was here, and she's here about every month, so keep an eye on the calendar, and you will see when she's going to be here again. It was great. And on Wednesday, we had the Tampa Bay Brewing Company come in for a brewery spotlight. Yeah, and Kimberly was here. She brought a ton of swag to give away. She brought some great brewery exclusives. They have a lager that you can only get in the brewery, and it was really good. They don't even, I don't think they normally even put it in crowlers. Maybe they do, but we can't get it. So if you want that one. And then she brought some other beers. She brought their Oktoberfest, which we have. And then we also had 4 beers on tap. 4 or 5 beers from them on tap, and we had their pumpkin beer, Gourd's Gone Wild. Gone. I mean, it lasted until about the first hour the next day. So between like 4 and 7, we sold a keg of that. And then we also had their Transmission Zero Hazy IPA, which didn't sell quickly during the event, and then that just flew off too. So you can't get either of those, but we do have several more Tampa Bay beers. That's why you should come to the brewery spotlights, because then we'll have the beer. And they usually bring brewery exclusives for you to try and to entice you to go down there. Yeah. Want me to go again? Sure. Scoutman Gene was here on Thursday. And I'm focused. I have 4. and he brought his posse of fans, and they were having a great time singing along by the community table, and it was popular the whole 4 hours he was here. It was great. And 3 hours. And he's coming back in the next week or 2. So, yeah, be on the lookout for that. Yeah, it's always a fun time. It's always a fun time. And reminder, if we have live music, it's going to be a little bit loud. So
I know we've had some people who have had a hard time with that, and we apologize, but there's not much we can do. It's just the acoustics. It just so if it's hard, if you can't sit outside, then try to avoid the music nights.
And we do have some artists that are a little quieter, so if you ever have
Charity.
any questions, let us know.
Yeah, and we can help you. We can help you find a night that makes sense for you.
And we're kind of reconfiguring maybe how we want to do it next year. And maybe have certain days that are like some of our more mellow acts and certain ones that. So we're thinking about that. So you can kind of plan ahead and know which days are here for the music style that you like.
Yes, exactly. Because we do listen.
It may or may not work, but we'll try.
We'll try.
Yes.
Let's talk about Oktoberfest.
Oh my gosh.
OMG.
So 2020, we had our first Oktoberfest, which was in the middle of COVID. I mean, it was October, but that was pretty busy that day.
Yeah.
That first year. Surprisingly busy that day.
Well, the very first one we had, we didn't know what to expect. Remember, we opened right before COVID. And so we had a glorious couple weeks, and then COVID. So we were like, ooh, what's going to happen?
Is anyone going to come?
Do they want to come? Do they want to be inside?
I think people were just
happy to be out.
Yeah, happy to be out. And it wasn't packed, but it was steady busy the whole day. And that was a lot of fun.
We had some specials, and it was a lot of fun. And then the next year, our second one, 2021, was off the hook. So we thought.
Yeah, it was very busy from start to finish last year. And so this year we knew it was going to be busy.
Yep.
We got a band. We got the Schnitzel Beer Band.
Oh my gosh, that was so fun.
They were fun. I might be able to put some of the music in, but I think it probably had too much crowd noise, so I'll find something else to put underneath here. But
well, hopefully you'll be able to smatter some pictures while we're talking.
Yeah, I'm going to put some pictures in for sure, yeah.
But,
and then,
oh my God, we ran out of bratwurst.
And
we ran out of pretzels.
We went through almost a whole keg of one of the beers. People came. The band started at 4 to 7. People came at 4. Didn't leave until we closed that at night.
And people came dressed. We had more than one lederhosen, and then lots of festive hats and. People and I know we had one dirndl.
We did, yes. And I got a picture.
Yes.
So.
And that dirndl has been in her family for a very long time.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, it's in great shape.
Yep.
And they also stayed the whole time.
They did. So, I got to tell you folks, if you didn't come to Oktoberfest this year, come next year because it is going to be fun.
Yeah.
And
I do have a couple clips of the band. Should we put it in right here?
Yeah.
The band was so much fun. So here's a little clip of some of the festivities. They were great.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, they were so much fun.
And they went outside.
Yeah.
And they played for the folks outside. I mean, it was just. I've never been to Oktoberfest in Munich, but
there are so many people who were like, I really need to go to Germany now.
I was like, I feel like we had our own little mini.
It was fantastic.
And I know it was crowded. And so there were some people it was really hard because we didn't have a lot of seats. And
took a little while to get the food, but it's just, it was our busiest day ever to date.
Yeah.
Ever.
Since we opened, it's the busiest day on record. But it was fun, and I think that's the thing, is you do go to an Oktoberfest, and what I have heard is it's so crowded. First of all, there's an app that can help you find your friends because it is so crowded that you can easily lose your friends.
See, we don't have that problem. You can just see them here. We're not that big.
But, I mean, it's huge there.
It's like 10,000 people in those tents, right?
Oh, yeah, it was ridiculous. But it was, you can also, if you get up to go to the bathroom, because you're drinking a lot of beer.
Because those things are like a liter there, yeah.
You're going to lose your seat. So, people, they work really hard to figure out how not to get up and go to the bathroom. And it wasn't that bad here.
No.
You aren't going to lose your seat.
For all of the crowd, I don't think we ever had a time where there wasn't an empty seat or two, and Oktoberfest is the perfect time to share your table, meet new friends, toast with all the drinking songs.
We had a family of 9 come in at one point when we were super busy, and we were able to cobble together seating for them outside. And it was great. I don't know what their story was, but I think they were a family who was like meeting from like different areas of the country and stuff. Oh my God, it was so cool.
Yeah.
It was so cool. So it's fun. It's a great time. You know, that's what I love about our place is that we have, I don't want to call them seasons, but we have, like, sometimes it's quiet and kind of hang out and you can chat and, you chat with your buddies and, just drink some beer and it's really cool. And then sometimes it's just rocking. And it's fun to meet new people and everyone's so happy and
another good
fun.
reason to subscribe to our newsletter, because you know when those events are coming up and you're like, if I want a quiet evening to have some conversation, maybe we should not go on Oktoberfest. But we try to keep our events to certain nights of the week, and so you can kind of plan a little bit. Yeah,
remember, we're a small operation. We are not a big restaurant. This is a small, I'm going to say family event because our staff is like family to us.
Oh yeah.
So,
I mean, we had some people over to watch the game last night, some of our staff, and almost every staff member came to come and sit and watch a football game with their other staff members, which is great. The fact that we have such a family type staff that likes to hang out together means they work well together too. So our staff is just fantastic, and we want to give a shout out to them.
They are amazing. And sometimes if it takes a little while, please understand, we're working hard. We're trying to get it out to you, but we are not a machine. Like, we have a small kitchen.
We cook everything to order.
We cook everything to order. And, we are just, we're just that place. There are some places, you can go some places here that have huge kitchens and they can just slam stuff out, and that's great, but that's not us.
Right. Well, they'll have one person doing appetizers, one person doing sides, where we just have 2 people doing everything. So.
And we have a limited number of machines that things can go through.
Yeah.
And, sometimes we make mistakes, and we will own up to that. So
why do love bugs love me so much?
Guess you're just that lovable.
Oh, yes. I hear that all the time.
If I haven't heard it once a day, I don't know what's going on. I wish we could tilt the camera because Niles and Fraser have joined us over there.
Wait a minute. I will take a picture of them and I will insert it.
Yes. They're back there cleaning up all the
Don't
grubs.
Mind my...
We're not going to go through all the beers today because there were just so many of them.
Niles and Fraser.
But just know that if you're looking for a fun beer this week, you have a lot of choices because there were like 18 beers that were put on tap. So the tap wall has almost entirely turned over. And while Sue is getting pictures of Niles and Fraser, who are being very good birds. Oh, they're going to come into the shot eventually here. Very good birds in cleaning up the grubs.
18 beers, but there are a lot that are also really ready to go. So
so it's going to be even more. So just keep coming in. But it's everything from a cream ale to a new sour to, like we talked about, the Fest and pumpkin beers.
Yeah, and we have slots for 2 pumpkin beers and 3 Oktoberfests, and I have 8 of each of those styles, so they're going to cycle through for the next month or so, for sure, until we get into the holiday beers.
But I just noticed today when I was setting up the tap wall, I was like, oh, I haven't seen that, and oh, I haven't seen that. So yes, we do have repeats. Like sometimes we'll bring old favorites back, but there's some stuff that's brand new.
Yeah, I
thought that was really cool. You do a great job with that.
Thank you.
So
it's because I'm so lovable.
Yes.
Well, and for, you get so many kudos for all of the innovative things you're doing in the kitchen too.
Woo! Kitchen group.
Yeah, people love the food here.
I'm going to do some specials. I'm very excited.
Come for the food, stay for the beer.
Come for everything.
Right the other way. Come for the beer, stay for the food.
Why don't you just come and have a good time? Because that's what we're all about here. And I guess people like it when we're punchy. So I hear.
I guess. Most people have not sticked around as long. This is what 4 ounces of beer does to me.
Well, I only poured mine halfway, so I'm gonna.
And you were just about the same, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just
us.
we're naturally,
Goofballs.
yeah. Okay, we should probably let
Okay.
people go so they can make their plans to come into the Sunny Pint for Oktoberfest beers and festivities.
All right, so here we go. Cheers.